All right, all right, all right. This is the third game in our MVP series, another important one. Gotta bring home this dub and look good doing it, you know?
What's on the pregame playlist?
Nothing.
Nothing. I thought you might want something gritty, grimy.
Sometimes I just like silence, honestly, but hey, look, I promise y'all, my game, I'm coming in and it's gonna be loud.
Yeah, so, you know, Jokic isn't just an MVP. He's one of the greatest offensive centers of all time.
Yeah. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's going to make something happen.
His decision-making is elite, and he's one of the greatest passers in the history of our game. The second you make a mistake, he pounces.
Yeah, if his three ball is falling, it might be curtains for us.
Right, right. So we need to make him uncomfortable from the first possession. Front him in the post, deny the entry pass.
Maximum effort every play. I got it.
And you've got to talk. You've got to talk. He'll pick apart doubles if we don't rotate. Hesitate on the switch and you're dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm ready to get after it. And I'll make sure our guys know they got to give it everything they got.
Attaboy.
I'll see you out there, Coach.
This is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you're with me here on Ladder of Light Gaming. This is Jackson Wilson. If you haven't read the description and you haven't seen the stats we've posted here in our rookie campaign on Hall of Fame, we've basically become the Nikola Jokic of the Eastern Conference. And now, here today, live on YouTube, for the first time, Wilson, yours truly, Jackson Wilson, here on the next episode of NBA 2K26 My Career, will face the Joker himself as the Charlotte Hornets head to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Nuggets. Before we begin, like, comment, and subscribe. There's plenty of room on board. I also would like you guys to know that I don't care who you are or what you've been through. Jesus Christ loves you. He wants a relationship with you. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And nobody goes to a better place after death or goes to the heaven, comes to the Father, except through Him. Any other religions, any other traditions lead to destruction. Do not be deceived. I'm not here to force anything on you guys. I'm here to tell you that Jesus Christ is Lord. And when it's all said and done, whether you believe in Him or not, every knee shall bow and confess that He is Lord. So, while He may be found, repent. Change your mind. Turn from your sin and turn to Christ. For the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Here we go.
He's about to tear it up.
Nikola Jokic is a two-time defending most valuable player and a finals MVP. Won that as he led the Denver Nuggets to their franchise's first title back in 2023. Sellout crowd is expected for this one. Jackson Wilson, who is quickly becoming the big story of this year's NBA, went from being an unknown 18-year-old kid playing high school basketball in Vermont, proving people wrong on every single level. Wilson owned the competition in high school, dominated the prospect camp that he got invited to in Los Angeles, earned an opportunity to compete overseas in Europe with the Paris FC basketball team, led them to an international championship, got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets with the second-round selection, and now he's putting up MVP caliber basketball in his rookie season. Remarkable. Can we keep writing the story? Take a look at Nikola Jokic. Denver Nuggets have underachieved here in 2025-2026. They're 21-21. But they are in the postseason at the moment, currently sitting in ninth in the Western Conference. And the Charlotte Hornets, who have been the story of the East, led by Jackson Wilson, they're sitting at 24-18. Only one game out of the fourth slot And that would mean home court advantage in at least the first round if the Hornets can lock up that spot. There's a look at the rookie leaderboard. Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall selection of the Dallas Mavericks, and Harper, who got taken second by the Spurs. Wilson is leaving both of them in the dust. It doesn't matter what Wilson does if the team doesn't win. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and Jackson Wilson, the big three for the Charlotte Hornets. All in their low to mid-20s. So the future of this organization is definitely looking bright if there's not enough excitement already. The Hornets may be ready to compete here in season 1. It's only a matter of time. Only time will tell. Jokic is going to start out with a basket. Like Coach is talking about, the minute you make a mistake, Nikola Jokic will exploit it. Right now, the defense looks lackadaisical. It's Jokic getting the first basket, but back come the Hornets with LaMelo Ball, scoring that dunk off an assist from Jackson Wilson, who, just like Nikola Jokic, can beat you in so many different ways. There's good defense as Wilson gets the joker to miss. Back up ahead, it goes to LaMelo Ball. Wilson will come with the screen. Ball struggled last time out against the Clippers, going just 1 for 13. You guys missed that game. I encourage you to check that out. Definitely one of the most thrilling finishes I've ever had. Not to spoil anything, but that was a game to remember. Bridges will use a screen from Wilson and take a three over Gordon. No good. Rebound pulled in by Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Both teams with a 2-point basket to start as Tim Hardaway Jr. goes into the post and gives it to Jokic. Here is Hardaway outside to Jamal Murray. A lot of championship experience on this Denver squad, but the Hornets are definitely playing strong defense out of the chute. Wilson sees Brandon Miller in the corner, so he'll set up a play for him. Here he comes. Hornets love to run this floppy play, and this is why. They get a lot of open shots off of it, and Brandon Miller is able to capitalize. The sharpshooter from Alabama knocks it down and gives the Hornets their first advantage. It's 5-2. Jamal Murray. Nikola Jokic comes with the screen. Murray with the drive. Murray is going to blow by Ball and dunk it up with 2 hands. Wilson not falling for that kick out, as he is focusing on Jokic and Jokic alone. Because if Jokic catches fire, it's curtains. It's a wrap. And the Hornets need to do everything in their power to deny Jokic if that's even possible. Sometimes with players like him, you can only hope to contain him. You can't ultimately stop him. And Wilson's starting to become that type of player for the Hornets as well. Here's a three-pointer by Bridges that's no good. Rebound by Denver. Here is Jokic. He gives it to Hardaway Jr. Hardaway gets to work and kicks it to Murray. Wilson playing tight defense on Jokic as Murray backs up behind the perimeter with 10 on the shot clock. Murray dribbling with the left hand. Breaks Ball's ankles, but Ball is able to recover. Murray gets into the post. 1 to shoot. No good. Great defense by the bigger and stronger LaMelo Ball. Brandon Miller spinning his way to greatness. He pulls up for another jumper. No good. Rebounded by the Nuggets. Jokic again. Gordon cutting inside, but Wilson is there to deny him. Charlotte Hornets remaining stingy here in the early going as Brandon Miller prepares to inbound to LaMelo Ball. The floppy's already worked for Miller, so let's go to it again. Miller and Wilson quickly developing chemistry here on this Charlotte Hornets squad. Here he comes. Miller not open this time, and here he comes off an isolation. Jokic comes down to help, and he leaves Wilson wide open for the 20-foot jumper. It's pure. Wilson's first basket on the board, and it's 7-4 Charlotte Hornets. Now the ball's in the hands of Jokic. He's guarded by Wilson. Jokic with the drive, trying to get tricky, but Wilson not falling for it. Here is Hardaway Jr. off a screen from Jokic. Jokic pops out beyond the perimeter with 4 to shoot. Here is Hardaway. Outside Gordon. Pump fakes. Goes for 3. No good. Offensive rebound by Jokic, but Wilson stands his ground. However, Nikola Jokic is still able to knock that through. Wilson and Jokic going at it in the paint. Here's a give and go with Ball. Wilson will give an off-ball screen to Ball. Ball gets open on the perimeter, but they don't hit him. Instead, it's Bridges. Here's Wilson. He wants a pick and fade with Miller. The screen on Jokic. Miller at the mid-range. Kicks to Sexton. Sexton shoots and scores. Colin Sexton from downtown. That's a big three-pointer to put the Hornets up by 4, 10-6. Jamal Murray into Gordon. Gordon off a screen. Gordon leaves it for Watson. Here's a posting up Jokic. Jokic getting by Wilson for the layup. Nikola Jokic is on fire. Wilson's been there, but Jokic is him. Sometimes you just, like I said, you can't ultimately stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Here's a screen. Outside Wilson. His three-pointer off a ball pass is no good. Rebounded by the Nuggets. Back they come. Jokic is in evil GOAT mode right now. He's slipping. Pops out. Wilson with great defense. Gordon outside for Hardaway. To tie it up, no good. Wilson able to get the box on Jokic and secure the board. His fourth of the game. Brandon Miller outside Wilson. He's got a mismatch, and he hits the three over Tim Hardaway Jr. Jackson Wilson, the hottest player in the Eastern Conference right now, showing Jokic that he is here to compete tonight. Murray with the drive, kicks it out to Watson. He looks to answer. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead to Bridges. Bridges with the drive. Wilson left alone again. Another three, this time over Jokic. Wilson is in the zone. Jokic went into evil GOAT mode, and that's when Wilson turned up. 8 points is the lead for Charlotte as Jokic gets to work. Jokic pulls up over Wilson, and oh my goodness. Nikola Jokic hits the deck, and he is still able to knock down that shot. Boy, he treated the rookie on that play. I see we got 2 viewers. Welcome into Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm Axon Jackson Wilson, playing on Hall of Fame MyCareer. Expect a lot of cheese here, and we're already seeing it from Nikola Jokic. Up ahead, here is Wilson getting into the post. Knipple just checked in for the Hornets, but he lost the ball. Here they come with Watson. Jokic inside. Ball gets deflected, and it's picked up by Ball. Wilson on a fast break. Nearly lost the handle. Hits Knipple on the cut. Knipple out the ball. His three-pointer is down. Hornets back up 8. The Nuggets are trying to get this back on the tracks. Nikola Jokic has been on fire. He has traded 8 points with Jackson Wilson here in the early going. Here's Hardaway off a screen. Hardaway with the drive. Wilson keying in on Jokic, and Hardaway's able to lay it up and in. 19-13 Charlotte. Hasn't been easy. They're holding tough here so far. Wilson's got the ball, and he'll set up Mel the ball. Ball off a floppy. Here he goes. Good screen by Bridges. Ball from deep. No good. Rebound by the Nuggets. Watson brings it up. Jokic cutting baseline. Here's the kick to the corner for 3, and there it is. Tim Hardaway Jr. from the corner. And it's back to 3. Nuggets. They've got a counterpunch for everything the Hornets have thrown at them thus far. Here's an off-ball screen for Ball. Con Knipple, the first-round draft pick. Leaves it for Miller. Now Wilson will post up Jokic. Here he goes. 5 to shoot, strength on strength. Wilson can't get the roll. Trying to get the offensive rebound, but it's tapped out by Jokic to Hardaway. Here's Watson. Watson gets by Knipple for the layup. Well, that lead for the Hornets is all of a sudden gone as LaMelo Ball brings it up past the timeline and gives it to Bridges. Bridges to Wilson in the corner. Jokic's hand is down. Wilson hits the 3 from downtown. His third of this first quarter, and it's 22-18 Charlotte Hornets. Timeout. Denver Nuggets. Wilson, as he's done so often despite being a rookie, putting his life on the line for this team, capitalizing on many of his opportunities. He's up to 11 points. And he's also got 5 rebounds against the superstar Nikola Jokic here tonight. Wilson and the Hornets are coming off a huge win against the LA Clippers. That's when he outplayed an MVP candidate, James Harden. Right now, Wilson is in the top 5 in the MVP voting, and he leads in All-Star votes for the Eastern Conference in the All-Star game. Johnson off the inbound. Cam Johnson, he went to the University of North Carolina. Just another weapon on this loaded Denver Nuggets squad, fresh off an NBA title just 2 seasons ago. Vincent drives inside. Wilson tried to reject his layup attempt, but he's too late. And Wilson will run the point guard position following that bucket that made it 22-20. Here we go with Williams. Williams hit with the illegal screen. So Wilson tried to play the role of Jokic. His teammates didn't comply. Williams dragged his feet, and the Nuggets are going to get the ball back. The Hornets have led for the majority of this first quarter. The Nuggets are coming. They are so tough to put away, especially in this building here in the altitude. It's very tough on visiting teams. We're not accustomed to this kind of an atmosphere. Not to mention the fan noise in Denver is also ear-splitting. Here is Christian Brown out of the University of Kansas knocking down a three. So the Nuggets go ahead, 23-22. Here is Mann giving it to Bridges. Bridges back to Mann. Wilson will come with the screen. Mann, the young point guard, sets up the offense. He'll hit Wilson. Wilson creates a mismatch, gets into the post. Goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Tapped around, and it's picked up by the Nuggets. Wilson, despite having a smaller guard on him, is not able to convert that layup. And here are the Nuggets with Brown. Brown to Johnson. Johnson off a screen. Here's a kick out to Holmes. Wilson's right there on the perimeter. 5 to shoot. Johnson driving. The Tar Heel looking to make something happen, but he cannot. Wilson with the rebound. Up ahead, he pushes to Bridges. Bridges with the drive. Bridges hop steps. Bridges to the corner, but a bad pass. Goes out of bounds. You had Trey Mann all alone on an island. And that's going to send Wilson to the bench. 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Nuggets with an early rally after trailing by 8. But the Hornets bench responds. Boy, that's something I wasn't expecting. Great team effort so far by the Hornets, whether Wilson's on the floor or not. This is the kind of energy and production that we need if we're going to make a championship run this year. 37-30 over the Denver Nuggets on the road. 7:20 to go here in the first half. We got that team chemistry rising. We're always putting the team first, whether it's on the court or in front of the social media. Not trying to be selfish, trying to stay humble. Because at the end of the day, one person can't win by himself. LeBron found that out when he went to Cleveland. Here is Wilson to Sexton. Sexton up ahead to Knipple in the corner. His jumper is down. Con Knipple becoming that reliable sharpshooter off the bench. He was the first-round draft selection for the Charlotte Hornets this year. Wilson, the second-round pick, going up against Jokic. Jokic, who sees the entire floor so well, is able to hit Brown with that quick pass in the pocket, but Brown can't capitalize. So Wilson will set it up. Well, we got a mismatch right here. Jokic is guarding the point guard, so Wilson will get right into the post. Here comes the double teams. Hornets give it back to Wilson, but the ball gets stolen by Vincent. Vincent to Brown. Brown outside for Jokic. Jokic left alone for 3. No good. That's a rare miss. Wilson up ahead. Ball gets deflected out of bounds. Hornets will keep it with a 39-30 lead. Wilson 1 rebound away from a triple-double. Geez, a triple-double. Double-double here in the first half as he catches the inbound. Wilson looking for Knipple. See, we got 3 viewers now. Welcome to Ladder of Light Gaming. This is Hall of Fame MyCareer NBA 2K. Wilson outside for Knipple. Wide open for 3. It rattles in. Wilson taking his time, letting the offense set up, and he picks up his 3rd dime, 42-30. Charlotte over Denver. For those of you that don't believe I'm on Hall of Fame, just stick around to the end of the video. I'll show you. We play on 10-minute quarters. We're in the second quarter. 5:43 remaining as Aaron Gordon gets into the post. Look at that strength by Gordon. Gordon with the finish, trimming the deficit back to 10. This is very similar to how the last game started. The Hornets had the lead for the majority of the first 3 quarters, but the Clippers came back and lost the lead before the Hornets pulled off an unbelievable finish. 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. That ball gets deflected and nearly stolen again by the Nuggets. Wilson again ducking his first turnover. This is going to be a challenging feat. We got an inbound from the Nuggets side of the court. We only have 4.5 seconds to make something happen. It looks like the ball is checked back in, so I'll probably go up to him. Here we go. They're sagging. Ball for 3. It's no good. Had to make something happen there, Ball. I'm sorry. So now Brown with the drive. Here is Hardaway. Jokic trying to shake Wilson, but Wilson is able to keep up with him. Here is Watson, a contested 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Jokic, and the Nuggets will reset. Here is Brown. Brown with 8 to shoot. Brown outside for Hardaway. 4 on the clock. 3, 2. Hardaway turned aside. Gordon's able to retrieve the loose ball and finish over Wilson. Great concentration to bring the Nuggets back within 8. Hornets looking to push once again. Now Wilson will try to shake Jokic off a screen. He creates the mismatch that he wants. Into the post with Gordon. Leaves it for Bridges. Off-ball screen for Ball. Here is Knipple. Inside LaMelo. LaMelo wide open for the layup. Nice up and under. Good ball movement, good teamwork by the Hornets. Wilson faked him out, looked like he was going into the post, but instead he reset, and that put the Nuggets in a big mismatch. Hardaway, as Jokic tries to get free in the paint, he gets another rebound. Wilson standing his ground, not jumping, but Jokic is still able to convert. Jokic with his second basket of this quarter against Wilson, and back come the Hornets. Leading by 8. Wilson into the post on Jokic. Double team doesn't come, but instead he elects to go back out the ball. Bridges wide open for 3. He's got it. Look at this team effort by the Charlotte Hornets. Wilson has had his hands full against Jokic, but finally he's getting some support that has been tremendously lacking the last couple of games here on this road trip for the Hornets. Jokic going back to work, trying to treat the rookie some more. 8 seconds to shoot. Jokic backs out. Jokic into the post with 3. Jokic trying to put the moves on Wilson, and he misses. Wilson with great defense. Here come the Hornets. Knipple outside. Knipple back to Wilson. Wilson for 3 over the smaller guard. No good. Rebound by Denver. 47-36. An impressive effort so far tonight by the Charlotte Hornets. Wilson with another double-double on the board as we continue through the first half. Here is Jokic with a tough fadeaway 3, but it's no good. You got to be careful. Jokic can make those. Wilson not afraid to shoot the 3 either. If your hand is down, Jokic, your man is down. 14 points for Wilson. That's 4 threes against the 2-time defending most valuable player, Nikola Jokic. Watson with the drive. Jokic left home for 3. He can't sink it. Wilson took a big gamble. He did not think that they were going to pass that out. Knipple from that same spot. Good! Knipple from downtown. It's an onslaught. 53-36. I'm not sure we're even on Hall of Fame right now with the way the Hornets are playing. Jokic has got to make something happen, and fast. Here's a screen on Hardaway Jr. Jokic with the drive. Wilson does everything in his power to get him to miss, but he's still not successful. That's great defense. That's all you can do right there. Sometimes you just got to shake your head and go, great defense, better offense. Here comes Knipple as Wilson gets a floppy started for the rookie. Rookie's linking up. The Duke sharpshooter fires and stays hot. Knipple from downtown again. 4 assists for Wilson. 56-38. Charlotte. Brown gets the ball. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Nikola Jokic in the corner as Watson handles the rock. Here's a screen by Jokic. As the Nuggets get a floppy play going of their own. Here's a nice 3-pointer by Tim Hardaway Jr. But this crowd is still stunned as a timeout is taken. There's a look at that NBA championship banner that the Denver Nuggets raised to the rafters 2 short seasons ago. They still are in win-now mode. They've got a lot of veterans and a lot of talent, and they have perhaps the best player in the world wearing number 15 in Nikola Jokic. But this Charlotte Hornets squad, even though there's been a lot of challenges, a lot of topsy-turvy feats, they are showing that they are tough, and they can be a force to be reckoned with, especially if the players follow suit to Wilson like they have been tonight. It's going to take more than just me. Like, for instance, if I'm struggling but my teammates are picking me up, that's still not going to be enough, even though I would be appreciative of that. We all have to be on the same page. We all have to be executing. And if we do that, we can do something special. We've been proving people wrong the entire journey here on YouTube, NBA 2K26, MyCareer. Action Jackson Wilson proving one critic wrong after another. We picked up a lot of big wins as well. We could have another one here tonight with the Hornets up 56-41. Got a lot of home games coming up in the second half of this season. So it's nice to know that the Hornets are right in the playoff hunt. They're taking business here on the road. Now Ball will give it to Wilson. And we'll set up a screen for LaMelo. Not a floppy, but a quick one. Here is Ball. Off a screen from Wilson. Ball left alone for 3. No good. Wilson nearly got that offensive rebound and put back over Jokic, but Jokic is able to secure the rock. Here is Gordon with a tough layup, and he lays it up and in. So the Nuggets hit the Hornets out of the timeout. They get a defensive stop, and they get a quick bucket. Get back within 13. Here's Wilson, giving it to Brandon Miller. See what Miller's got off a screen. Miller kicks it. Ball to Wilson. Wilson from mid-range. No good. Can't kiss the glass. Great job by the Hornets to create that mismatch, but just not enough execution. Jokic into the corner for Hardaway. He's been feeling it, and he continues. Tim Hardaway Jr. from the corner. That triple cuts it back to 10. 56-46. And now we'll get a floppy going for Miller. Great team effort by the Hornets so far, and Brandon Miller has been a part of it, but the defense is there this time. Wilson getting into the post. Wilson facing Jokic. Draws the double team. Miller for three. No good. Rebound by Jokic. Jokic's final seconds. He's going to fire it up over Wilson. It's nowhere close. Hit the side of the right. That's it. We're going to the locker room. The Hornets lead the Nuggets 56-46. This talented unit from North Carolina trying to pick up a mile-high victory. The capital of Colorado, Denver, which was champions country just 2 years ago. Rocky putting forth his best efforts to keep the crowd amped up. A big run by the Nuggets to end the first half as the Hornets looked like they were going to run away with this. They had a 16-point lead at one point, but the Nuggets, owing a couple of big buckets from Tim Hardaway Jr., showing that they're not going down without a fight. Check out those balanced numbers and an evenly matched clash between Wilson and Nikola Jokic. Wilson so far against the defending MVP, sitting with 14 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Went the entire first half without a turnover. So he's playing some clean basketball. That's a big reason why the Hornets are in this position. It hasn't been just Wilson, but his energy and consistency has rubbed off on his teammates. Everybody doing well. We're shooting 57%. We got 18 boards, matching this tough unit down low. We're outpacing the Nuggets in assists with 19. They do have 4 steals. We got to get that cleaned up. But if the Hornets can keep up this pace, they can get it done here tonight. As we welcome you back to Denver, Colorado for the start of the third. 56-46, Charlotte on top of the Nuggets. There's another look at Jackson Wilson. Most of his damage has been from beyond the arc. Wilson knowing that Jokic isn't the fastest player, but he's one of the strongest in the paint. Whenever that hand is down, he's been looking to score that triple. And he's done it so far. He's got 4 long balls here tonight. Here's an off-ball screen in the corner, and Wilson will post up. Wilson sees a tight matchup, but before he could do anything, Jokic knocks it free. Wilson picks up his first turnover, and now it's Murray. Murray handling the rock for Denver. Murray kicks it to open Watson. Watson to get it to single digits. He scores. So that's 8 unanswered points dating back to the close of the first half for the Denver Nuggets. As LaMelo Ball gives it to Wilson, and Wilson's going to post up. Wilson trying to stop the bleeding. He fades over Jokic. Can't get the bounce. Rebound by the Nuggets. 56-48, Hornets on top. As Murray has the ball for the Nuggets. Here's an off-ball screen by Aaron Gordon. Nikola Jokic has a mismatch with Brandon Miller, but the Nuggets don't see it. Hardaway is going to take it himself to the rack. Rejected by Wilson. He picks up his first block of the night, making the Nuggets pay for not having awareness. They could have fed Jokic with the clock going down, but instead they got overly aggressive with Hardaway. But the Nuggets will keep possession. 2 to shoot. Good box out by Wilson, and he gets the rebound over Jokic. Wilson up ahead for Ball. Ball to Bridges. Bridges to a cutting Wilson. Wilson hits the layup. Nikola Jokic was right there, but Wilson is able to get back on track after a couple of misses in a row. 58-48, Charlotte. Wilson shooting 50% tonight. He's got 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. He'll definitely take that kind of effort against a player like Jokic. Speaking of Jokic, here he is. With 5 to shoot. Jokic putting the moves on Wilson. Wilson not falling for it. Forces him to kick it out to Gordon. Gordon can't hit the contested 3. Jokic with another offensive rebound, and he's able to put that through. Jokic and Wilson going back and forth here in the Mile High City. Hornets right now with the lead, 58-50. We've got to do our part to keep throwing those counter punches. Here's Wilson. Leaving it for Bridges in the corner. Bridges out to Sexton. Good ball movement by the Hornets as they go back to Wilson. Off the screen, it's Ball. Ball fakes. Ball with the lob, but Wilson can't finish it. Rebounded by Jokic. Jokic goes back to work. He hits Watson. Sets an off-ball screen for Murray. Murray trying to hit the three. Cannot. Wilson with the rebound. Up ahead for Ball. Ball turning on the Jets. Gives it to a cutting Bridges for the slam. Good pass by LaMelo Ball. That's the 20th assist as a team now for the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets on top 60-50. The Nuggets have tried to make a run, but Charlotte's done a nice job to keep this from caving in. Here is Watson. Watson leaves it for Jokic. Jokic with 10 to shoot. Jokic with the drive. Tough layup is good. Nikola Jokic, who's been a driving force wherever he has gone, whether it's at home or on the road, giving the Hornets all they can handle in the paint. Here's a screen. Good pass again by Ball, and Wilson gets back at Jokic right there. Jokic knew the pass was coming, but he was a little bit too slow getting to the spot. Wilson moving without the ball there. And it's back to a 10-point lead for the Hornets. Gordon looking for Jokic, but Wilson is right there. Now Jokic goes back into the post. Jokic, tough layup, no good. This time Wilson gets the stop. Up ahead for Sexton. Sexton spinning. Sexton out to Miller. Miller hits Wilson. Jokic hand down. Wilson for three, no good. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic running the break, but the ball gets deflected by Ball. Wilson with a great job to get back on that scramble. We get a pause in the action. Here's a look at the big men for the last 10 games. Wilson has been leaving people in the dust. He has been carrying this Hornets organization, and he's only a rookie. We're writing one of the best stories in NBA history, but how long will that story last in terms of team success? Right now we're currently 5th in the Eastern Conference, trying to move up that ladder as Jokic hits another shot over Wilson. Wilson with great defense, but again, Jokic just too much. Back comes Wilson. Wilson to a cutting Miller, but the ball gets stolen away. Great recovery. That's that Hall of Fame cheese. I don't know how he got a hand on that. Now Jokic with the Nuggets only trailing by 8. Goes back into the post. Fakes. Gives it to Murray. Murray's got 10 to shoot. He's got it near the free throw line, and he'll leave it for Gordon. They lob it inside for Jokic. Wilson right there, and he gets Jokic to miss that one. Up ahead, Wilson. He's got Sexton. Wilson beating Jokic down the floor, and Jokic has no choice but to tie him up. Wilson off his 15th board. Out hustling Jokic to the rack. He'll go to the line for his first 2 free throws. Wilson, who didn't attempt a single free throw against the Clippers, can't get the first. The Hornets, which once led this game by 18, just like the Clippers did in the previous contest, the home foe is showing a lot of fight, a lot of resiliency. It's on Wilson and the Hornets to close this out, but that's not going to help. Wilson misses both free throws. And now Watson, as they switch Wilson onto Aaron Gordon, and he'll quickly switch it up. Gordon for 3. No good. Good defensive switch by Wilson. Here come the Hornets with Miller. Miller transition 3. He's got it. Brandon Miller, who has been a reliable weapon for Wilson here tonight, hits that triple. It's Wilson's 5th assist of the evening. And the Hornets go back up double digits. The advantage is 11. Now the wrap around to Jokic. Jokic crosses over. Feeds Gordon. Gordon set aside by Wilson, but a shooting foul called against Wilson. And that'll put Gordon on the charity stripe. Gordon knocks down the first to make it 65-55 as Con Knippel will re-enter this game for Charlotte. He will check in for Colin Sexton. Gordon trying to pull the Nuggets back within single digits, and he does. 65-56. Nuggets looking to push. Wilson again, beating him down the floor. Now that Knippel's back in the game, Wilson will try to get him some more touches. Here comes Knippel. Knippel for 3. No good. Rebound by Denver. Knippel, who's had a strong game, not able to convert on that one. Here is Jokic outside. Jokic blows past Wilson, but he's turned aside on the layup. Jokic took too many steps, and Wilson made him pay the price for it. Wilson not giving up on anything, as is the case every game. Give him some hustle points on that second rejection. Jokic with 5 to shoot. Wilson backs up, takes the shot. It's no good, in and out. Rebound by Denver. Wilson now 4 for 8 from beyond the arc here tonight. Jokic continuing to attack. He wants that ball. Wilson pestering him. They set multiple screens for Jokic, but Wilson is right there on him. Jokic goes into the post. He backs up and gives it to Murray. Murray with a tough 3. It's no good. Rebound pulled in by Wilson. Long pass to LaMelo Ball. Ball back outside for Wilson. His mid-range shot is off. Wilson has gone cold here in the third quarter. And back come the Nuggets with the score 65-56. Hardaway. As Wilson gets tangled up with Miller, Jokic goes into the post. Jokic. Wilson standing his ground. Jokic with the miss. Rebound number 19 for Wilson against the Joker here tonight. Wilson trying to cut on him, but it's not there. So Bridges will feed a cutting ball. Ball goes up for the layup, and he's fouled. Uh-oh, Jamal Murray all of a sudden with 4 miscues. He may have to go take a seat on the bench. LaMelo Ball, who was needed to step up after struggling the last couple of games, he does so right there. LaMelo Ball, along with others in company, picking up Wilson after he missed 2 free throws. Hasn't affected the Hornets ultimately. They're up by 11. This is a great sign. Wilson's had his hands full here tonight. It hasn't been his best performance he's ever played. But the matchup he's going up against, as you can see right there, Nikola Jokic, he's a tough customer. Wilson on the break. We'll give it to Knipple, and he'll set him a screen. Here is Knipple. Wilson with a good screen. Knipple from downtown. No good. Rebound secured by Jokic. I see we got multiple viewers here. Welcome in. The Ladder of Light Gaming. This is NBA 2K26. My Career. I'm your host, Jackson Wilson, playing on Hall of Fame difficulty. We're trying to hold on the road against the Denver Nuggets. As Johnson drives inside, Wilson is there to pester him. No good. Ball with the rebound. Up ahead it goes. Out to Wilson. We'll try to do a pick and fade with Bridges. Here we go. Bridges pops out. Wilson will set a screen in the corner. Here's LaMelo Ball. Ball. Trying to drive on Jokic. Gives it to Wilson. Out to Bridges. Wilson's going to crash. Here's Bridges with the 3. No good. Offensive rebound, but Wilson can't finish the putback. That was his 20th board, and that finish would have given him a 20-20 game. Wilson's got to pick up Brown, and now he'll switch the matchup quickly as they kick it to the corner. Here's Jokic. He's tired, but he continues to go at it with Wilson and gets another roll. Nikola Jokic with 23 points. Wilson with 19 and 20. These two Titans going toe-to-toe in the center of the ring here in the Mile High City. The two towers, the two 7-foot giants. The Nuggets, who have been trailing pretty much the entire night. At one point, the Hornets led by 18. They're showing a lot of fight down the stretch. It seemed like the Nuggets is never out of a game, and Wilson is going to go take a seat on the bench. Can the bench hold serve like it did the first time? The answer is yes, even though Wilson was only out for about a minute. Great job by the Hornets, not allowing the Nuggets to commit any further damage. So as we enter the final 10 minutes, Wilson's sitting with 18 points and 20 rebounds. That has been enough to get the Hornets over the hump so far. But he's going to have to do more here in the final 10 minutes if we're going to hold off this former championship team. These teams are so tough to put away, as that layup is converted by Denver. Wilson not close enough. He was keyed in on Murray. And now all of a sudden the Nuggets are within 5. Trey Mann. Oh, Jokic isn't in the game. Wilson's going to go right to the post. This could be a mistake for Denver. Wilson, hop step, goes up for the layup and scores. Better get Jokic back in there. Wilson going to work against the smaller mismatch. He's now got 20 points on the night, shooting 42%. Here is Cam Johnson. Johnson trying to drive in, but he gets cut off by Williams. And an illegal screen was set by Christian Brown. The ball goes back to the Hornets. We're leading by 7 with just over 9 minutes to go in this one. Jackson Wilson and Nikola Jokic both with 20-plus points now at the center position. And Wilson wants the ball again. Goes into the post. Trying to tack onto this lead. Drop step, layup. There's the foul against Nanji. So Wilson, who missed 2 free throws early in this game, try to redeem himself when the game matters most. The final minutes, when it truly matters, and Wilson knocks down the first free throw. 21 points now for the rookie out of Vermont and Paris FC. Wilson, the second-round draft pick by the Charlotte Hornets, putting together an MVP campaign, and he's putting together another similar performance here tonight. Wilson clutch, makes both free throws. It's 73-64 Hornets. We enter the final 9 minutes of this one. Hall of Fame MyCareer on the road against the Denver Nuggets. Nanji trying to get back at Wilson, but that's a terrible shot. Got overly aggressive. Wilson goes right back into the post. The double team doesn't come, so Wilson again using his strength. Nanji, however, is finally able to get some payback. Brown on the break. Brown inside. His layup is pure. So a big swing of momentum right there. Nanji stood his ground as Wilson tried to get busy. But he's sagging. Wilson for 3 in the corner. It's no good. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here comes Brown. Brown dribbling. And he kicks it inside to Cam Johnson. Johnson got caught standing in the paint for too long. And it's a Denver turnover. It goes back to the Hornets with it 73-66. 8:05 to go. Welcome into the new viewers here on Ladder of Light Gaming. You came here just in time. We're trying to hang on. Wilson and the Hornets look to stay hot. They just got a big win last game against the Clippers. It was a buzzer beater by yours truly. Now we're trying to make a big lead stand up on the road. Here's a cut by Wilson, but a smart decision by Sexton not to hit him there. 2 to shoot. Man backs up. Man for 3. Wilson battling for the board with Jokic, but Jokic wins it. Here they come with Christian Brown. Brown kicks it over to Murray. Jokic, tough shot over Wilson. He's got it. You could have your hands up. You could have good shot defense, but sometimes it does not matter with a player like Jokic. So now Con Knipple will set up a floppy here in the corner. Knipple trying to get free. He does. Big triple. Got it! Con Knipple from downtown. That's the 6th assist of the night for Wilson. The Hornets kill another rally by the Nuggets, who once trailed this game by 18. The Hornets trying to hang on, leading 76-68 with 7 minutes to go. Jokic isolating Wilson. Wilson standing his ground. Jokic with a tough shot, still is able to get it to go. Nikola Jokic, on any difficulties a hassle, especially Hall of Fame. Here is Wilson, guarded by Jokic, gives it to Williams. Williams to a cutting Wilson for the punch. What a pass! Getting it behind 2 outstretched Nuggets. It's back to an 8-point lead for Charlotte. Wilson with 24 points against Jokic tonight. Jokic into the post. 4th quarter is Jokic time. Expect the ball to be in his hands every trip down the floor the rest of the way. Jokic forced to give it up. Great defense by Wilson. Holding his ground. Here's a backdoor cut. Jokic can't get it to go. Wilson with a great closeout. Back come the Hornets. Trey Mann in the corner. Wilson with an off-ball screen for Knipple. And Williams. Now Sexton. He goes for 3. In and out. Rebound by Jokic. 5:45 to go. Jokic trailing. Wilson will stick with him. We're in the no-3 defense right now. We got to deny. Here is Murray off a screen. Murray with a tough 3-pointer. That's no good. Wilson with the board. He brings it up. He's got a mismatch, so he'll post him up. Does the double team come? It does. Wilson to Williams. Knipple left alone. Another 3. No good. Rebound by Jokic. Great defense by the Nuggets. Great rotation. Wilson was about to exploit that matchup with the guard. I'll probably go up with it anyway next time, even if a double team comes. Here's Murray with the drive. Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good. Wilson the rebound. And now the Hornets will slow it down. Another floppy coming for Con Knipple. Knipple's had a couple of big baskets here tonight. Does he have another one in him? No, sir. Not that time. But we'll take that all day. Jokic with the rebound, and now he gives it to Bruce Brown. Brown trying to work his way into the paint, and he wanders out of bounds. Bruce Brown, he needs a map. Where is he going? For those of you who don't know, that's Chris Smoog. Shout out to him. I've been a viewer of his for years. He puts out great content. Be sure to check him out. As we get a timeout here on the floor, I want to thank the viewers once again for tuning in to Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm your host, Axon Jackson Wilson. You came at the right time if you're just joining. 78-70 Charlotte. Hornets trying to hang on and pick up a big win on the road against the Denver Nuggets here on Hall of Fame. We look at Jackson Wilson's numbers: 24 points, 23 rebounds, 6 assists. Nikola Jokic has also had a strong game. But would you expect anything else? Wilson's defense has been there, but sometimes the offense is just better. 4.5 minutes to go. LaMelo Ball checks back in. He takes a three off isolation. That's no good. Scramble for the loose ball, but it's won by the Nuggets' Aaron Gordon. Back come the Hornets. As Gordon receives the pass beyond the three-point arc and looks for Jokic. Jokic with 10 to shoot. Driving in on Wilson, is able to get the layup to fall. That speed burst is unreal. 78-72. Charlotte with 4 minutes to go. Here's the screen by Wilson. Ball again goes for the triple. This time he capitalizes. LaMelo Ball finally shows up to the meeting here in the fourth quarter. He has been terrible the last couple of games, but this has been the story of this game here tonight. Somebody else steps up. Even when it seems the Nuggets are about to take this home and complete the comeback, this young but scrappy Hornets team holding its own. Standing strong. And speaking of standing strong, Wilson not intimidated by Jokic, but again, Nikola Jokic putting his life on the line for the Nuggets, just like Wilson does for the Hornets. We should not be in any rush right now with 3 minutes to go. As a matter of fact, we'll go to the floppy again. It's a great play to use if you're doing MyCareer and you need to burn some clock and get a good shot. Like right here, LaMelo Ball. Yes! Making me look good here on YouTube. Right on cue, LaMelo Ball with another big three, and it's a 10-point lead for the Hornets. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists. Wilson and Jokic doing Wilson and Jokic things. Jokic not giving it up. He finally does to Gordon. Gordon kicks to the corner. Outside Jokic, 3 to shoot. Wilson again right in his face. And Jokic gets it to go anyway. Nikola Jokic with the shot clock cheese. The Nuggets not going away, but again, we're not going to panic. Let's stay calm. Stay calm right here. Take your time. Let's run another floppy. This time for Brandon Miller. Jokic may be going off, but it's kind of like football. When the offense is hot, you got to keep them on the sideline. Miller with a nice look there. The Hornets get some time taken off the clock. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Outside for Jokic. Jokic driving inside. Jokic draws the double. Out to Murray. He can't get the three, and Wilson with the big rebound. He's now got 24 of each here tonight. Ball lobs it up, but the dunk is missed. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here is Jokic. Jokic with the drive. Gets by Wilson for 2. 1:49 left in the game. The Denver Nuggets, who have been trailing pretty much this entire game, not backing down. The Hornets trying to get another big road victory here tonight as Wilson kicks it to Brandon Miller. Here is Ball. 8 to shoot. He'll give it to Wilson. He'll face Jokic right now. Wilson is tired. He's got to go up for the fade. No good. The Hornets again, even though they don't score, they take time off the clock. We got to keep them off the three right here. Jokic, good defense by Wilson. Still can't stop him. Jokic is treating the rookie down the stretch. 1:15 to go. 84-80 Charlotte. Here is Ball. Slow it down again. Do a quick screen for Ball. Here we go. Here comes LaMelo. LaMelo with the drive. LaMelo working on Murray. 3 shoot. Less than a minute to go. Ball to the rack. Ball gets it to go. This is the LaMelo Ball that we need. Ball with 3 big baskets here in the fourth quarter. Jackson Wilson has had his hands full against Jokic. His butt is dragging, but his teammates finally back him up. 86-80 Charlotte with 50 seconds to go. If you guys have been with me the entire way today, you will definitely believe we're on Hall of Fame. This guy, Nikola Jokic, who is a Hall of Famer in the making, showing us why. We totally expected cheese tonight, and that's what we're getting. But remarkably, somehow, some way, the Charlotte Hornets can walk out of here victorious. They got a big win against the Clippers last time out on a Wilson buzzer beater, 83-81. And now they're leading 86-80 on the road against Denver as they try to make that playoff push. The Hornets are currently 5th in the East. They can smell 4th and potentially home court advantage in the first round if they can make it hold up. Jokic still is fighting for the Denver Nuggets. Wilson has had a body on him every single time down the floor, but Jokic has been there to capitalize on every opportunity. As you take another look at that big block, while Jokic was on the bench, Wilson tried to hit him with the drop step, and the Hornets will keep possession with 41 seconds to go. The ball goes into Wilson, and they're going to trap him. And now a jump ball as Nikola Jokic, instead of fouling, came over to take it away. That's a bold move, and now Wilson and Jokic are going to jump. No, wait, never mind. We're going to get the ball inbounded again. Wilson's going to protect the ball. Here comes the double teams. Another jump ball as Wilson tried to hit Miller in the corner. Clock is down to 32 seconds as Nikola Jokic and Jackson Wilson will jump. Wilson wins the jump to Bridges. Now Ball gives it back to Wilson. Here comes a double team. Wilson to LaMelo Ball. Wilson cutting. Sexton for 3. No good. Rebound by Jokic, and the Nuggets are still alive. 3 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in to Ladder of Light Gaming. This is Jackson Wilson with NBA 2K26, MyCareer Hall of Fame mode. Folks, we are hanging on by a thread, but we can somehow get out of here with a victory. We once led this game by 17, but Nikola Jokic treating Jackson Wilson and this Hornets unit. They have had their hands full here tonight, but that only makes this even sweeter if they can walk out of here. This kind of game right here says a lot, especially come playoff time. If the Hornets have to go up against a team of this magnitude with a lot of experience in an atmosphere like this. 86-82 the score. 20 seconds remaining. Here is the inbound by the Nuggets. This play is for Jokic, but they give it to Hardaway. Hardaway kicks it inside. Stolen by Ball! Great defense by Wilson to deny Jokic, and the Nuggets finally make a mistake, and it came at the worst possible time. And LaMelo Ball is going to go to the line to arguably wrap this game up. First free throw is perfect. Big game tonight for LaMelo Ball, and the same for Wilson. It wasn't his most efficient game, but he had 24 of each, 24 points, 24 rebounds, and 7 assists. Back come the Denver Nuggets. Jokic looking to cut. Murray for 3. He's got it. Game's not over yet. 9 seconds to go. Wilson is right there, so they'll give it to him. Wilson, who missed 2 free throws early in this game, capitalized on the next 2. And now these are his biggest of all. 9.1 seconds to go. Doesn't matter how the game has gone for you. You want to be an MVP, you got to clutch up in times like this. Wilson is perfect. And that should wrap it up. The Denver Nuggets are out of timeouts. The Hornets have a 4-point lead. Wilson, just for good measure, knocks down Bolt. Wilson with 26 points, 24 rebounds. Back come the Nuggets, and as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter what they do. It's missed. Wilson on the board. The Charlotte Hornets have slain the Giant. Wilson comes in and gets bragging rights over Nikola Jokic. With all due respect, Jokic was treating me tonight. That man is one of the greatest players the game has ever seen, and I'm humbled that we got this victory here tonight. Shout out to the entire team. Unbelievable effort and production.
Yeah, it could be a struggle, but we're all dealing with something, you know? That's why you got to be nice to people. You never know what someone's going through in their life. My dad taught me that a long time ago.
Wise words.
Yeah, he's a smart man.
We're all sending him our best. Thanks, MP.
Thanks, Tom. Really appreciate that.
Back
For
to
those
you.
of you that are new to the series, Jackson Wilson's been dealing with some adversity off the court as well. Prior to a previous game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, Wilson got the news from his mom that his dad had a heart attack, and they had to take him into the emergency room. However, his dad was able to make it to his last game against the Los Angeles Clippers, and he got to witness a buzzer beater game winner for Jackson Wilson. And now tonight, Wilson playing with that extra motivation. Even though it wasn't easy, there was inconsistencies, and he had his hands full against Jokic. The Charlotte Hornets conquer
I guess
90 to
silence for the
85.
pregame playlist was the right move. Looking like the real MVP out there.
Oh, wow, this is a bold take from the social media. But you know what I'm going to say, the people that know me.
Yeah, for sure. But I just got to say, we had a whole team effort out there tonight, right? And so, obviously, I talk a lot about me in these videos, MVP hype and all that. But they don't give MVPs to losing teams. And my guys, man, y'all have been killing it all season.
Shout to the squad.
Most definitely.
Big time.
So,
They
yeah,
earned it tonight.
I couldn't do it without y'all. MP out.
So if we still have some viewers, just for proof, here's my settings. Hall of Fame, 10-minute quarters. The hardest difficulty. The Hornets defeat Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets 90 to 85. Let's take a look at our box score. Check who we got coming up now. Now we got Victor Wembanyama, but that'll be for next time. Before we say goodbye, there you go. One positive is we did hold Jokic without a three-pointer. But if you guys haven't seen this full game, I encourage you to go check it back. Not for me, but for Nikola Jokic. I am just absolutely in awe of how he plays the game. As you can see, that man did not have a single three, and yet he still had 39 points, which was a game high. He had 20 rebounds, 2 assists, did all he could for his team down the stretch. But Jokic, as I have experienced so many times, you got to have more production. Check this out, y'all. Nikola Jokic balled out, but so did yours truly. Now check out my field goal percentage. Not my best. 9 out of 23. Going up against Jokic is not an easy task. 4 for 9 from the 3. 4 for 6. I missed my first 2 tosses, but I ended 4 for 4. And I made 2 free throws that put the game out of reach. So even though this wasn't my most efficient game, shout out to LaMelo Ball, shout out to Con Knipple, shout out to Bridges, shout out to Sexton and Miller, and Plumlee putting up 4 points off the bench. Man and Green with a basket apiece. This is the team effort we need, y'all. I'm not going to be able to put up my average every single night. I came into this averaging 34 and 22. You can't expect to do that every single night, especially against a team and an MVP like Jokic. I said the same thing when we went up against OKC and took an L against them earlier this year. We got to have a team effort if we want to beat a squad like this, and look what happened tonight. And I wasn't even at my best. This wasn't even the best game I've ever played. So in terms of optimism for the future, this right here is the victory our team needed. So with that being said, we have, at the moment, moved into 4th place in the Eastern Conference. Your boy going strong. He just overcame Nikola Jokic, who is averaging a triple-double this season. 90 to 85. What a victory. What a game. And what a season we are having so far. The Charlotte Hornets, years of frustration, years of misery, nothing for the fans to cheer about. Jubilation, optimism, and joy is finally spreading through this city and across the state of North Carolina. This is the Carolinas NBA team. Well, this fan base is definitely amped up. I see we got some new viewers. Welcome in. I apologize, but we're about to end today's stream. However, I encourage you to check it out anyway. This will post. I've got it on my NBA 2K26 channel. We just defeated the Denver Nuggets 90-85 on Hall of Fame. I went up against Nikola Jokic. I didn't know how we won the game, to be honest, but I did outperform Jokic in teammate grade, and that was the goal. He outplayed me on the stat sheet, but I out-rebounded him. He had more points, but we had the better team effort, and that's all that matters. I've had a lot of games where I've put up like 40, 50 of our 70 points, and we took a loss. So it's nice to be on the opposite end of things. Like I said, even though I'm trying to make my case as an MVP, because why not? You know, it's been that kind of a season. The team always comes first. And without the team, we don't win this game tonight. So congratulations, guys. Tremendous effort. We definitely need that momentum heading into this next stretch of games. I only play key contests, for those of you that are new, only key games and playoff games, because obviously I just don't have the time to play through a whole season, and plus it's realistic, you know. So let's see where we're at heading into January 31st against the Spurs. So we took a loss against the Cavaliers and the Grizzlies, but we're able to stay the course. Picked up 4 more victories on this stretch. Now we're getting ready for our first showdown against Victor Wembanyama, the 7'4 phenom for the San Antonio Spurs. These are the future superstars at the center position. When Jokic retires and passes the torch, this will probably be the rivalry to anticipate for years to come. We'll see what happens. Next episode of NBA 2K26 My Career. This is Axon Jackson Wilson. I love you guys, but God loves you more. And if you haven't put your faith in Jesus Christ, I encourage you to do so today. He is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me, and it is because of Him that I am bringing you guys this content and spreading this message. He gets the glory for His grace and His mercy and His salvation, the eternal life that He has promised me and you as well. All you got to do is make Him your Savior. You don't have to fix anything. You just got to come as you are. Just let Him transform your life and reveal His purpose to you. Once again, this is Axon Jackson Wilson, praying peace that passes beyond understanding and the unconditional love that only Jesus Christ can provide in His holy name.